Whew, that was a... All right, I'm going to wait to see if anybody comes in live and chat. Couple technical difficulties there. Enter my Mac, and it tried to install the newest operating system, which I've been avoiding, and looked like it crashed. But it didn't. Thank goodness. Not sure what happened there. Moving my camera a little bit. There's Joan. Hey, Joan. Moving my camera a little bit. Good enough. I had a little technical difficulty there getting started. Okay, so these are the tiles we finished off yesterday. All right. We're going to make some more today, but I'm going to use some black clay, which I forgot to grab from the other side of the room right off the bat. The technical difficulties threw me off my game. Grab a couple powders. There's a couple more people coming in. Hey, Dot. Hey, Linda. And Marilyn. There's new names. Welcome. I'm going to play with some more polymer clay tiles today. I haven't touched this stuff for 2 or 3 years, I guess. And we're going to play with these at my little retreat I do for my regulars in person in Maryland the end of July. So I thought I better get the wet cobwebs out of my head about how I do these, or how I did these, and make some for my project I'm going to do there. Uh-oh, hang on. I just had some technical difficulties, and windows are still popping up. Hey, Kat. From my reboot. Something's weird happening with my computer. Maybe going to the Apple store this week. Didn't seem like it launched back. I did get an error and it locked up on me and had some kind of report saying that the install failed and I wasn't trying to install anything. So, 2 days. I know, CB, right? Don't see me for eons, and now you can't get rid of me. I'm going to do some black tiles today, but while I have this wad of white clay here that had the ink on it from where I stamped it yesterday, I'm going to make some of those silver tiles. And of course, I didn't bring my silver leaf. I had a brain, I'm dangerous. Hang on. CB, I got my jelly print wipe-offs all stacked up for you to go. And hang on. What silver leaf? What's my silver leaf? Variegated, variegated. Here we go, silver. Whoop. All right. Okay. Hey, Sandra. All right, I'm going to put a little piece of wax paper over this so it doesn't stick too badly. I can move it around at least. Yeah, and Joan, I have that stencil, that exclusive that you wanted 2 sales ago or whenever it was. I didn't forget you. I have that in the stash too. Yeah, Xandra. Ugh. I hate that you have that much pain. I do not like it. I'm sure you don't, but I don't like it for you. Okay, so this, I'm just going to make some tiles. You can see this looks kind of marbly. That's because it's got some of that archival ink. from the excess. See what I mean? See those little marbly swirls in there? They actually look like marbles, so it's not altogether all that bad. This is nowhere near a rectangle. I'm trying to watch chat as I do this, so it's going to be a little misshapen, but it won't matter for what I'm doing. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to put some silver leaf over this. Hey, Kimberly. Oh, this is the easy stuff. Rats. Okay. Well, that's okay. I'm just going to put this down here and that should peel off of this. This is really nice to be able to handle this stuff easier, because if you have the regular, just the old kind of leaf, with your breath, it flies all over the place, let alone whipping stuff all over like I'm doing here. Now, come on. Are you going to come off of there for me? No, only partially. Why isn't this piece coming off? Hey, Carrie Ann. Hey, Chris. All right, that's pretty good. I got it on most of it. All right, I won't complain about those little bits that aren't showing, because when you see what I'm going to do, I'm going to have some waste anyway, so it's not a big deal. So I'm going to take a stamp, and I think I'll use, will this one work on this that well? Well, I don't know, but the only way to figure it out is to try it, so we'll just try it. So this is one of those Klimt stamps. It's a cling, but it's apparently I have to wash these with soap and water and get the sticky back. She's a no longer sticking. Oh, the copy of the install Mac OS Mojave application is damaged and can't be used. Well, then get the hell out of my way. How about that? Hey, Nikki. So I'm going to take this stamp. This is going to cover most of this, I think. So I'm going to put the parts that I like the best and that I think that'll look the best. It all looks kind of good on the silver. Do I want to go this way? Yeah, then I can kind of get, with this curve, I can kind of get up in there. And we'll just do that. We'll see how that works. And I'm going to roll this, and I'm putting a pretty good amount of elbow grease in there. Let's see. I can peek. There we go. Okay, cool. See what that looks like? That's pretty cool. Oops, sorry, I bumped my camera. So I'm going to cut some of these up. And actually, there's a little excess there. What can I do over there? Can I get a little bit of that in there? I'm just going to push that with my fingers and see what happens instead of rolling it. All right. So I'm going to cut off all the stuff that's just the white clay. Well, actually, this isn't even really white. It's that marbly bit that I reused, and I can reuse this again. Because when I cover it up, it doesn't matter. It just needs the base of clay in there. I'm going to trim all this excess unusable bits. I guess it's all usable, but I'm not going to use it. So there you go. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to cut. I'm going to shape this up a little bit. And I'm going to make some of these kind of long. I think I'll just leave that one like that because I think that looks cool and I can picture it in a mosaic. Oops. Except for it would be great if I had that squared off. You think you have it squared off, and then when you really look at it, what the hell? All right. So see what that one looks like on its own? It's hard to get this to focus because it's so shiny. But you get the idea, right? So I'm just going to put this on my little mini cookie sheets that fit in my clay oven. I got those on Amazon if anybody's interested. I'm going to cut this wider. And see, these go pretty fast. When I was inking them yesterday, that was a little trickier process. This is pretty much, you just slap and get it. It's not going to be a big, well, I still didn't get that quite straight, did I? All right, I'm going to cut this in a bigger, chunkier rectangle. And these can sometimes curl. So I kind of make sure I coerce them into being flat on the tray. So you don't have any easiness on when you actually go to use them, because when they cook, they're cooked, and that's what they're going to, the shape they're going to be. Let's see. There's a little bit that doesn't have, but you know what? See that little skinny piece like that? I'm going to get rid of the white bits that didn't get any foil on them. I'm going to leave, actually I'm going to leave that one there, but those little sticks like that, you'd be surprised when you get her going how many times a little thin stick like that will be just a little bit that you needed. And those thin ones like that are really easy to trim once they're cooked. You can just shave little bits off of it pretty easily with your tissue blade. I might leave this one kind of big. They're so shiny. Shauna, hey. Hey, Gail. Let's see what we got down here. I can probably grab a piece like this. Save that. Oops, that's a wonky donkey shape there. Let me go this way. That's a little thin on the silver over there. All right. And I have a big tray that my friend Donna bought me at a secondhand shop. I think she paid like $2 for it. It's that real silver leaf. I think this is imitation. This is the kind that has the handler sheet on it. I forget what it's called. It's called Easy. Is it Easy Mount? Easy Foil. I'll have to look at the package for you, Chris. But this has, I think it's imitation. I don't think that's real silver on there. For the price, I'm certain that it can't be. I cut this one up in different size little square. No, they're not squares. They're rectangles. Oops. That's my oven dinged. I put it on there to warm up because I knew these would go pretty quick. But I'm not there yet. You're cheap. That's just being smart. That's not being cheap. This particular stamp, though, with all its little, that climp design, it looks really cool in person. I don't know if you guys can really see this or not. Since the camera won't focus, but you just have to trust me. It's nice. Let's see. Some of this almost looks like a peacock feather. I was going to cut that in half, but I'm not, because I can cut that pretty easily when that's cooked. So oops. Kayla, thank God you're here. All right. Oops, get off of there. So that quick, I have that many tiles. Let me see if I can get them to focus on the board. Right, now if you can picture those mixed in with a bunch of purple tiles. Gosh, I'll just do this. Let me throw this one just in the mix of that, and it'll break it up. You must trust me. You simply must trust me. Get down off of there. All right. Okay. So here's the bits with the silver on it, and that's still not a loss. And actually, what I'm going to do is and pick up this stuff on this little sheet that really would be very hard to use on anything else, and just get it in this clay. And this will look kind of cool. Kind of use it like a kneaded eraser and try to get a clean clay spot on there so it's sticky, and I'll pick that up off of there. Good enough. See? Yep, we did. I'm going to use those on the black CB. So let's see what I can do with this little bit right here. Let's see what that looks like. Just peppered with the silver bits on it. And I think what I'm going to do, hey Janice. Hey Norma. Welcome everybody. I'm just going to, I think, impress this jambalaya stamp in here and just see what I get. Let's go this way. This might be good for just some white tiles to break up. Yep. Oh, okay, it's pulling off. I'm going to say sometimes that's not good. It gets sticky in there. This. Excuse me. There we go. Let's try just doing some little skinny sticks. These are sometimes really hard to get to lay down there straight. Hey, Deb. Hope you're feeling better. I get this little piece done, and then I'm going to go to the black, which is probably my favorite to do stuff with. Gayla, I'm going to use that roller that... oh, yeah, CB. I think I have the Egypt one. I have quite a few of them. I forget what they're called. There was another couple on there that I have in my shopping cart, and then I'm thinking, will I use them? Are they that much different? Do I really need them? And it all comes back to sure. But I haven't pressed the buy button yet. So I'm going to go make sure I got this white clay off so I don't get any of the white on the black. You wouldn't think it would do that, but it does transfer a little bit of like haze. Again, I'm using the Sculpey 3 is what I like to use. It's a lot easier on my hands than some, and I'm going to flip this piece over so I don't get that white dust on this. So this morning, I go to empty the dishwasher, and there's about this much water laying in the center of the bottom of the dishwasher. So we ran it again to test it, and there's about this much water still laying in there, which is kind of strange. You would think if it wasn't draining, it would flood, like it would not all drain. But it all drains, except for that little bit, apparently, every time. So CB, if you want to ship a box ahead to the house, you can do that. I approve. I mean, anybody can do that if you want to. I know I'd be screwed if I had to be traveling with all the crap I bring. All right. See how that black transferred on that white roller already? Tam, hey. Frog foot. Hey, Jan. I don't think it was Prince. He's still here. As a matter of fact, here he is, hanging on Xandra's mug. I feed him the frog food you sent me, you sicko. Love you. Mean it. I'm doing these little jerky bits here because it's so, if I just rolled it once, it must be more humid down here, and it's sticky, a little sticky. And that puts humps in my clay, so I have to go back and make a smooth roll at it. Oh, hell. But when some of this transfers, it gets less sticky when that's on there. I'm just hoping that it doesn't make the clay stick in my pretty little acrylic rollers. All right, enough of this madness. Let's find one that I wanted. Is this it? Gotta take my glasses off to see it. Dark Runes is what this one is. See, this one's got a little clay stuck in there already. But that's the one with all this little fine writing and stuff on there, and that hieroglyphic. That's not the right word, but kind of reminds me of teeny tiny little pictographs. Spray with Armor All before you roll. Oh, the roller, really? I will try to remember that. I think we got some somewhere. Yes. You can stick it in the refrigerator for a little before using the rollers. Oh, look at you with all your ideas. That's a good one, actually. There are always good ideas. Okay, let's have a go and see what happens. So I'm just going to start off the edge here so I get it all printed and try to get a feel for how hard I have to push it. Oh no. That's really sticky. Let me try from this side and pull it towards me if that makes a difference. And you can't push it too awfully hard. Come on. Well, maybe we won't be doing these today. Crap. Oh, that's better in the middle. Well, there's some bits out of there that I can save, but that's certainly not the whole pattern. It was really sticky. I don't know if that'll show up real fine, but it's just black clay, right? So yes, the clay's real sticky. All right, we got enough bits on there that I can salvage something. So, oh, I forgot about all this leaf over here. Oh, I've got rose gold. Oh, yeah, I got rose gold leaf. Hello, we'll try some of that later. All right, let me grab a couple. African jade. You cannot go wrong with African jade. I'm looking at primary elements that happen to be right next to me. Thistle. That's a good one. Stargazer. African jade. I'm not looking at chat right now, guys, so Mystique. Oh, it's the colors. All right, we'll just do a little bit of these. I'll show you what I do. Just shake it so a little bit gets in the lid. Yeah, I'm going to get those when I get a better imprint than this, Sandra. I have those right on the table across the way. So let me come in a little bit. And let's see what happens. African jade, this is one of my favorites. Oh my, hang on. Bye-bye. Sorry, guys. I had to blow somebody out of the water. So now I'm just going to very, very lightly touch this. I'm going to change fingers and use a different color. Come over part of it to blend it and then get some of just that color going. Some of them don't stick as well out of the lid. And let's see. This is Good News Green, I think. Yeah. Good looking honky. Good looking donkey. Oh, bless his heart. Where's my purple finger? You want to be careful you don't get these babies airborne. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. Oops. Mixed up my fingers. You know, I'm an ass kicker from way back. We get rid of the numb nuts pretty quick around here. Around these parts. So now these different colors here are going to oh, good, Deb. Some of these aren't going to be as good areas, so I'm not going to worry about hitting the whole thing with pigments. All right, let's go with what we got there. I'm wondering, Xandra, if you're more familiar with the Finnabar stuff, if I should cook the tiles first so they're harder and I won't mess up the design rubbing that in, or should I do it on raw clay? So you can see more of what's in there, what the design is, I mean. No. I didn't get too much more stuck in there, so that's good. So I'm going to cut up a couple of these probably after it's baked. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, it looks like Debbie, you agree too. All right, I'm going to cut off a lot of this excess. Make some straight edges here-ish. After for the waxes. Okay. We have a consensus. All right. Let's see. This did not imprint as well as it has in the past. And I think it's just kind of sticky. I can tell the feel of it. I wonder if it's the difference between the black clay and the white clay. Because it's actually the weather here is nicer and cooler today than it was yesterday. Well, yesterday we're having that storm, remember? So I love like a compass rose, being the nautical ocean girl that I was in my previous life. I love the compass rose. This is not a compass rose, but it puts me in mind of that. Let's see. Not my favorite one, but it's usable. And I'm going to share these in Maryland. Let's try this, see what we get out of this. That's kind of a nothing right there. This is kind of blurry. Going to sacrifice that one for a better day. greenstuffworld.com or Etsy. Actually, I think they have a website as well, but I got it on Etsy. I think they're in Spain, where I hear the rain falls mainly on the plain. Haven't been here. Bucket list. Oh, Lord. There we go. Yeah, this is really quite sticky today. There's, that's a cool one. Yeah, that's where I ordered from, CB. I ordered from Etsy. I might just use that whole piece. That'd be easy enough to cut, at least in half, height-wise. I like to try to get some of these sundial designs in there. Let me just try this. I'll leave that one like that. Okay. And you know what? I think I'm going to go, well, I need to warm up the oven again. And then I'll get these in there. I'll get another tray. And, oh, Lord, I'll come back and roll out some black and we'll just do impressions on it. And then I'll bake it. And then we'll come back and do some of the Polymer paste. Chat amongst yourselves. Okay, I set that for about 10 minutes. So when that dings, I'll have to go over. It'll be preheated. I'll set the timer and throw those bad boys in there and see where we go. All right, I'm going to get rid of this. It's a little funky town. My fingers are as well. All right. I'm going to go for some clean black. Ugh. This doesn't take any time to knead. I'm sure the professional clay people are watching me do what I do, thinking, what in God's name is she doing? She does not know. She wings it. CB naughty, please. When is she not? Let's put it that way. All right, let me pop this back out a little bit again. While I'm doing this bit. You know, I have a different roller too. I actually have, I don't know if you guys have ever had a class with Laurie Micah. She has an old rolling pin, a wooden rolling pin, that's all one piece of wood. You can't use the ones where you can hold the handles and just roll it, and the roller spins, but the handles also move but stay stationary because you're holding them. This this is one solid piece of wood. After her class, I found one on Etsy. It was an old one. It was like a vintage roller or whatever, and nabbed that. And that is somewhere in my stash over there. This feels sticky to me. Just that little bit of rolling. I'm going to try this. I have this, looks like part of a nunchuck set. Let's see if this sticks any more or less. Oh, that's better. That's not sticking as much. Hey, Glitter Arts. Hello, dear. That's a new name. Welcome. who is Glitter Arts that knows everybody? I don't recognize Glitter Arts Creation. Who is that? Who dat? You seem like one of us. At least you know some of us. Yeah, this one is a lot less sticky. Hey, Jenny. Oh, you made it. Julie from New Zealand. Oh, cool. Welcome back. And Jenny, welcome. All right. So for anybody that's just coming in wondering, what the hell is she doing? I'm rolling out some polymer clay to make some tiles that I'll use in a mosaic project. Let me see how thin this is. That might work. So now I'm going to trade these out and put in the higher ones to allow for me to roll over a stamp or two and not press so deeply. So for those of you who weren't here yesterday, I don't know what I'm talking about. I still have this box down here. I brought down a sample of what I've made before. This is just on a box, created and painted, right? Put legs on it. But these are the polymer clay tiles. I put the black and white glass bits around the edges, but all those rectangles and squares and all that kind of good stuff are what I'm making now. Hey, Francis from Scotland, welcome. Okay, let me get a couple different things out of here. So I'm going to turn my back on the chat for a minute. So if you guys have anything for me, give me a minute to turn back around here. I'm going to have my head in one of my stamp drawers. And I'm going to pull out some other ones, other designs here that I can use. Oh, that's kind of cool. Kayla, you would like that one too. That's, I think, like an Egyptian type stamp with a lot of symbols and stuff on it. I love, oh, that ding. See, look at me. I'm on the ball today. I'm going to go put my tiles in the oven now that it's preheated. All right. In the oven, I have a little look-see at some of my other. Ooh, that's a cool one. That's a cool one too. Joan has sent me some of these stamps. Oh, here's that one. I think this is one you sent me, Joan. Look at that cool stuff in there. Whatever. I have this one I'm looking for, of course. Oh, here's another Egyptian one. Tiles. Hey, Bratty Patty. All right. I was looking for for one particular one, which I really like to use. Where are you? I will remember. I've got these organized-ish in here by look at those. How cool are they? Of course, I'm going back to this one. All right, let's. Oh, you guys are buffering? Ah, crap. Is there anything I can do on my end? Did you hit the little live button to get caught up again? I know that's a pain in the neck when you're watching and it's buffering. I'm going to use part of this one, but I'm going to use it so that I can get all of these in one imprint. Let's see. All right, maybe I'll use this here. Try to get some of those there. Let's see what else we got. This one's kind of cool. All right, let's put this one here, right? And then I'm going to roll over the whole shebang. I'm going to line it up like this so I can roll right on the plates. And I'm pushing pretty good, but I don't want to press too hard and get everything stuck. All right, cross your fingers. Oh, hello, lover. That worked out. Did this one work? Oh, yeah. It had a little schmutz in there, I guess. White powdery stuff. No, I'm not a user. All right, so that's what I have there and there. So I'm going to cut some of these up so I can get some of these cooked so we can come back with my Finnabar waxes and try that. These are kind of thick, actually. Oops, I do want it on here. I think I'm going to go I'm going to cut some of these this way. It's really sticky. Wow, I think it must be the black clay. I didn't have this much trouble with the white. I don't know what's in there. That's the formula's different. Well, maybe it's also thicker. So that might play into that. I'm going to cut this one in half-ish. Now, some of these I'm going to use. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This bit here, while this is wet, this is a real shallow imprint. Can you see the difference of how deep the one stamp was and how shallow the design was on here. I'm going to take this powder is my favorite, and they no longer make it. So if anybody ever finds Mona Lisa precious metal powder in platinum, grab it. And if you don't want it, I'll buy it from you. This goes on like butter. Small, very small doses. So I'm going to, again, dip my finger in the lid because there's plenty of this on there, right? And just really, let me bring you in closer. Come close, come close. Right, and watch how this just grabs onto this wet clay. I'm barely touching this. And it's so thin, I don't want to touch it hard because I'll get the whole thing silver, not just. And I'm kind of doing it in a circular motion because some of the stuff, it'll grab one way and not the other. One edge of the design and not the other. Now, see how much cooler that looks? I'm going to put the lid on this right now because that is like the leaf is. It's so your breath will move that stuff. All right, let me get this off my hands. Let me spray this. My baby wipe done dried up. Put a little spritz on there. Yeah, just a little tease. Probably be mugged in Maryland for my powder. I might not even bring it. So take away your temptation, Gala. You don't want to have another citizen's arrest. All right. See how they are? I'm a bad Yeti, as my friend's once little boy said. You're a bad Yeti. Let's see. What can I do with this? Shauna, does that mean you're coming next year? Oops. Dropsy. Oh, cool. I'm just trying to shape this up so I can get some kind of little bitty tile out of this. That's got straight edges on it. Sheila Tomset from UK. Oh, great. Another one. Thanks for joining. See, this is what happens when I am able to get on earlier in the day. I get all of our UK friends. There's only a few crazy enough like Joan and Dot to stay up till all hours to watch. Oh, I just dinged. I'll let that sit there for a minute. It will be too hot to handle right now. He kicked Oakley out. Nice. My baby. Oh, God. My baby that's going to end up being the death of me. He's getting better. We actually had him on an outing today. We had to go over Lowe's to get some things, and that's where I take him to walk him, to socialize him. You'd be surprised what all the noises and distractions. I know that's still late, Francis. The noises and distractions in a hardware store like that. Between saws and the lumber area, and it's right in line with the BWI airport. The planes like buzz that place. I mean, I could probably hit them with a softball, and they're loud. And, you know, the people, and it's funny, I walk him through the garden center, and he's got his nose up sniffing all the flowers as we go by. But, you know, forklifts and the paint shakers and, you know, just all the different stuff that's going on there. There's a lot of distractions. And then there ends up being really close places where they'll have those big flatbed carts that you can put like plywood and big sheets on it. And they'll have them, you know, in the middle of a small aisle. So it's just like I'm scraping sides going through it and get him to walk with me. And I'll walk him through crowds of people and, you know, just expose him to all that kind of stuff so he gets used to it. Oh, Lord. Oh, I'm sure that's a tough thing, Sheila. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. All right. Sheila, I don't know if you're familiar with it's one of my mods. You'll see her name in blue. It's Scraps to Beauty by Zandra. She streams usually on Sunday evenings as well and Wednesday evenings. So if you go up by her name when you see it and click on the 3 dots to the right of her name, you can find her channel and subscribe to that and have somebody else to follow that's in this same group and does similar things. She does some really cool stuff. And she has an online shop where she sells a lot of these products, not polymer clay stuff particularly, but some of the stuff I'm going to use on the polymer clay, Finnabar products. So Z, put up your, go ahead and put your shop link up there again. All right. So I got these out of that. Oops. All right, now they look kind of blah because they're just black and impressions on most of those, but I'm going to color them after they get out of the oven. All right, let me go check on the ones that are in the oven. I need to bring a mitt down here. I'm finding an old t-shirt and paper towels to pick these hot trays up with. It's only a matter of time before we got an incident going on. All right, I'm going to put those in for a few more minutes. They were still a little rubbery, the thicker ones, when I bent them, and I want them to be, and they're still warm, so a couple more minutes, they ought to be stiffed up enough to work. There's Zandra's online store. She has a lot of good stuff in there. see. Maybe I'll use this one and this one. They got some cool bits in there. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me do this piece first. Thanks, Sheila. Did you see the finished product that I showed earlier of what I'm striving to do when I'm making the tiles for? I'm not going to do another box. These are for something else, but I don't know if you saw any of the finished things. Oh, here, let me show you. I'll show you real quick. This is one of the boxes that I've done. It's big. It's 8.5 by 11. It holds a whole full sheet of copy paper, but all those are different tiles that are just kind of mosaic together. This is the stamp I'm looking for to do some of these, because see what kind of how the texture pops on those. I really like that stamp. All right, so that's one of the boxes that I've done. That might make more sense to you when you see what I'm doing here, to see what I'm working toward. Oh, thanks, Sheila. You know, it's funny, you don't know when you're online and have a presence online, and just do Facebook and you know, whatever, Instagram or whatever. A difference that you can make in somebody's life that you don't even have a clue. You know, I do my Oakley videos, right? I was contacted by a lady that's been an online friend of mine for a number of years. I've never met her in person. And sadly, her husband has Parkinson's and was just moved to hospice. And she contacted me privately today, and I'll probably get choked up. Said that her husband is a huge fan of Oakley and loves Oakley. And she wanted to know if he would have the time, that he's on his last days, and would I have the time to ask Oakley to do a personal video for him, which we did, and posted it. And then I came online, so I haven't had a chance to see if she's seen it or showed it to him yet. But you know, that's really touching, that somebody that, you know, my goofy videos that I sit here making just laughing at Oakley touch people so much. I mean, I get a lot of private messages on Facebook saying, "Where's Oakley? We miss him. You know, we love Oakley. We haven't seen a video for a while." But this one was really something. I know, right, Chris? It's so simple to do, you know, and you know, we just sit here and laugh while we're making them, and we play it back, and just at how funny and the voice sounds with what I'm saying and stuff, and don't give it a second thought. But you know, that's not always the case. Trying to get these a little thinner. Apparently they weren't smashed just down to these bars. I'm trying to make sure. See how there's some rocking in there? So these aren't both touching these. Sometimes it should be a margarita, Chris. whenever Gail is here for one. No, I don't put them on YouTube. I put them on Instagram and Facebook usually. More on Facebook because when they run over a minute long, then they're too long for Instagram. So some of them just end up on Facebook. But if you go to my page on Facebook, you can scroll down and see the majority of them. But yeah, that 1 minute limit gets me. He's got a lot to say. He can't always fit it in a minute's time. I see people saying hi to Di, but I don't see her. I'm assuming you're... Oh, there you are. Hey, Di. Really pushing on that now. On Instagram, I'm P Lynn T. P for Patty, Lynn, my middle name, Lynn, T for Tolley, which is my maiden name. It's at P Lynn T is my Instagram name. I remember years ago, when the internet first became the internet and email was first existing, guys that I worked with, I was in Fredericksburg then, and some of the guys I worked with said, when you set up an email, don't use your real name, use some kind of, use something else. So I came up with P Lynn T, and I've used that on a lot of stuff ever since. But now I'm Parrish, so it's a little tricky with some people not knowing, but this is taking longer than I thought to roll this. Okay, we're going to go with that. Now I'm going to put the bigger bars in here so that it kind of limits how deep I can push the stamp. I'm switching up to 3/16 from the 1/8 one. And now let me see. It did go off. I'm going to let it sit there a minute. It'll be a little hotsy-totsy on my fingers. So this part of the stamp, I'm going to lose that. That's not going to print that well or be that much useful for a tile. I want to try to concentrate on getting these bottom bits. I think they'll look pretty cool. And I really like this one. This has some cool pieces in it. Let's see what we get with that, shall we? All right. I'll push it pretty hard. Whew. Patty, why don't you use a polymer to roll for you? It makes them a little thinner than I like them, Di. I can't get my pasta machine. It needs to be like one next level thicker. Because when I impress these, I've tried that before. When I impress these, like, see how deep that Egyptian stamp impressed? That would be almost through the clay if I rolled it through my pasta machine. Certainly would make life easier, I can tell you that. I'm going to get rid of some of this surplus, and then I'll go get those tiles, and we'll get the Finnabar goodies out of there. Oops. All right. So Diana, that's not Happy Dye with a new name, is it? I'm not sure who I'm talking to. That goes for most of my life. I don't know who the hell I'm talking to most of the time. Well. Oh, yours. Okay, so you're not Happy Dye, but you are Diana. Okay, cool. Maybe that is the difference. Yeah, mine come out pretty thin. And if you, depending on what you were going to do with it, I mean, you could use it. You know, these tiles don't have to be ultra thick because they're going to be on an inanimate object. I mean, if you're going to make them for jewelry and wear a bracelet and bump it around, you know, that's a different story. But these are going to be on a something for decoration is what I do them for. Either a box. You were quick on the trigger there, Joan. I'm not sure that was a troll or not, but oh well. Don't mess with Joan. Itchy trigger finger there, man. She's all over you. All right. Oh, that one's really wonky. What the hell? All right, let me put this down here and let me set this aside. Oh, that's funny. No second chances here, man. Lower the boom on them. Oh, Lord. All right, I'm going to let them sit there a minute. And actually, they're not the ones that I'm going to color. Use the Finnabar stuff on. They're the white and silver ones that I did right off the bat. So this tray I'm going to fill up. Back to the drawing board and get that in the oven. And those are what we'll color with those. Look like trouble to Joan. You're out. No second chances with Joan Smithies. Poor Paul. Imagine that poor sucker. Takes no prisoners. This is really gummy. Don't know. All right, let's make one this way. I want to go kind of like this. Get a different design in there. Gayla, do you have live chat or top chat on? At the top of the chat window. Well, hey, Gayla, you can't do those high double heel kicks and be fast at that and be fast at everything. You know, you got to give yourself a break. If you guys have not seen Gayla do her high jump double heel clicks in person, we're going to have to capture that on video, I think, this summer. If the cameras are sophisticated enough to pick it up. What the hell? I am really cockeyed today. Try that. I know that's not square. Still a little wonkadoodle up here. I think it's pulling a little bit when I go to get it off my blade. Let's see. Chelsea and Pete and the babies were down the beach this week. They had a really good weather week. And Owen, oh my God, he's such a cute little fart. He, I'm not sure about these. I don't think these are going to be that great. I'm going to take this one like this. He loved the beach. And he just played the whole day when they were out there. Must have taken Pete about 3 trips from the condo out to the beach to get all the crap out there that they had. Umbrellas, blankets, and seats for the little one, and toys for Owen, and but they had a ball. Skip, my brother, went down with them for the weekend. Damn shower routine. Oh my God. It's hilarious. I'm going to let that long. That one's kind of cool. We'll see what that looks like. Damn thing won't focus right for me. All right. Oops, that's a little. Oh, there we go. Oh, I hear someone. A little jingle jangle. Is that my Okadoke? Come here, Oak. Come and see Mama. Oh, what a good boy. You want to see on camera? I'm going to move the camera, guys. Hang on to your lunch. Oakley, look up here. Look up here. Oh, shit. Knock stuff over at my desk. Oakley. Come here, boo-boo. Look at Mommy's got. Hey. Oh, my God. He's going crazy, sniffing and everything. Oakley. Come here, bud. Where are you? Oh, Lord. He's off and running the other way. Hang on. Oakley. Come here. Oh, come and see the lady. Come here. Come and see. Here. Say hi to CB. Oakley, look up here. Say hi to CB. There, my big boy. There's Okadoke. CB said hi, Dave.
Hey, how'd you know I'm here?
Oh, we know. Anyway, sorry if anybody lost their lunch on that little endeavor.
How you making out?
Good. Ish.
Goodish.
Goodish. Yeah, the clay is really sticky down here today. I think it's more humid. The clay is more sticky. It's harder to work with.
Because it's no cooler.
Well, it's humid, I think. All right, how am I going to do these? He's a mess. Oh, the cuteness is what saves him. Oh, Lordy. The cuteness saves him. He can be a handful. He is getting better. He did really good when I was talking about walking around Lowe's today because I have the treat bag. Therefore, he knows he's going to get it. Dave's hand's a lot better today, Joan. Thanks. Yeah, he's the swelling is almost gone. This is really nasty clay today. Bad clay. That might look kind of cool. It looks like one of those, what is they called? A cartouche, those necklaces that have like your name and Egyptian. What am I trying to say? Somebody help me. Gail, you're the smart one. Which I am really sorry to say. That doesn't seem bode well for the rest of us. Ay. This is, they're all crooked. Wild hair on the camera. I must be extra dense today. Y'all lost me. Hieroglyphics. Thank you. Oh man, these are very difficult today. I hope we don't have this problem in the art room this summer. See, I knew Gayla would know. Jeez Louise, some of these I'm going to have to trim up once they're cooked and I go to use them because they're just, when I pull. She was on chat yesterday, Tam. She's good. Biopsies came back negative and she's doing well. Yeah, this is just, it's sticking to the knife when I pull it away from like now. And it's distorting the shape of the bit I was trying to do. I'm going to stop there. Stop while you're ahead. What time is it? 6:30. When did I come on? 5? That's about right. You probably can, Chris, but when I'm streaming and it's live, you know, then people are having to wait for that, and it's not good. I just try to. But working at home, absolutely. You could absolutely do that. Okay, so I'm going to go throw these in the oven. These are the ones I'm going to use the Finnabar waxes on. Oh, yeah. Ah. All right, these other ones have cooled off. So here are the first ones. And they're a little sticky on the tray. Some of the first ones I did with this silver foil on them. Oop. They'll really pop. Bye, Norma. Hanging down from the camera. Oh, that's because, yes, which is wrapped around this that sits up on a shelf over here and pulls that. Oh, now I see. Yes. Bye, Shauna. Yeah, so even like this little stick of a silver one, you will not be sorry you have those, because you'll run into spots where nothing else is going to work. But yeah, so all these, they stick a little bit on there when they cook. They're all good. The white ones, these are they're a little blasé. But again, if they're in an area with a bunch of, oh, sorry, Shauna, stay around, stick around. You don't have to leave. You don't have to go home, but you have to go. You got to go away from here. How's that saying go? So here are some of these. These in person, you can really see that these are little characters, not just little scratches. They're focus for Mama. Won't you please? There we go. Hello. Right, so they're kind of cool. And this one was just part of this with this arrow. Compass Rosy looking thing. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. All right, so there's those. And I'll put these in the pile with these other ones we did yesterday. I got some black and white ones ready to go. And colored some of them just to show different techniques. Where I paint them and then wipe the paint off the high parts, like on these three here. I paint them with acrylic paint, let it sit for a few seconds, and then take a baby wipe and hit the high points and pull back the paint so you can see the texture more. These have the rose gold Finnabar wax on them. This one was painted and I put little beads in it. Not the beads I would have picked. I'd rather had something like turquoise to really pop it. And see how these two look good together. Those colors. But these little black and white checks are some of my favorites to break up pattern, which is much like when I do my collages. How I break it up with black and white stripes and checks and stuff. Yeah, that's it, Shauna. You don't have to go home, but you can stay here. Okay, so let me start unwrapping my waxes that have been here since April that Sandra sent me. That I didn't even no longer knew were here. Of course, I was rather oblivious back in April when I had the flu and bronchitis. I think it was delirium set in at some point. The box was open. How do you forget about it? She had all kind of stuff in there. But here's the waxes that she sent me. Oh my goodness. Peacock, Firebird, Electric Violet, Indian Pink, Mint Sparkle, and Old Denim. Oh, hello, lovers. Let me, while we're just sitting here, waiting for the oven to finish, I'll unwrap these. And let's see, is the wrapping going to outsmart me? I hate that. All right, let's get the Timmy skizzers out of here. They're good to cut through any of this stuff. These waxes smell really good. Sandra, you can put your link up again to your shop. Xandra carries these in her online store, which is paintandpaperstudio.com, among a whole bunch of other good stuff. These smell really good. You can use these waxes for any number of things. What I mainly use them for is what I'm going to show you when these tiles come out, where you can rub a little on your finger and just hit the high points, and it'll highlight the design in the tile with color, and it's metallic, so it's got that shimmer to it. But you can use them on, different things. I'm not the expert to ask. I don't do much mixed media stuff anymore. Xander can tell you, but wherever you'd have a need to highlight something or add a little metallic touch in art journaling or in a card or ATCs and a collage. But a lot of it that I've ever used these for are like 3D embellishments. And actually, I have some 3D embellishments. All right. Fairly handy. Let me see if I can grab some of those and get some of those. And I have the rose gold. So hang on one second. Where are my... Oh, look, I have mermaids right there in metal. These are little tiny ones. Xander, I think I had this little baggie pack when you came down and we went to the Queen's Ink for, hell, I don't know, some class or another. Cinnabar or maybe Seth? I don't remember. 27 colors. Holy moly. So I have these two little mermaids. This one you can see I hit with something at some other point. Looks like some kind of gold, something other. It was a dark metal. Let me get back in here a little bit. Rose gold, you think of me? Yeah, so let's, I just put the rose gold on here last night just to see what it looked like on paper. This one's the Firebird. Oh, wow, look at that. Ho, ho, ho. Gosh, they smell like you want to eat them. They really smell sweet and like vanilla-ish. But these are really, they're really soft. Oh, yeah. And these, I think, stay softer because my rose gold I've had for a while, and that's been very soft compared to like my, what are those other ones called? Inca Gold. I had a bunch of those. They got all snotted up and moldy and hard as a rock. This probably isn't the greatest surface to demo those on, but we'll get to the other stuff here in a minute. I just want to see what the colors look like. This is Electric Violet. It's got to be good. Oh, hello, lover. Oh, wow. I'm going to use a different finger. I'm going to use my violet. Look how soft that is. That's really soft and creamy. You don't have to fight these at all. Oh, yeah. Wow, these really are nice, eh? Patty, put those lids back in the tin. Oh, these little ones here? Okie dokie. Thank you for telling me. Old denim. Oops. Gonna run out of fingers. I can't get over. I have a lot of these these waxes, not different brand, several different brands. These are the creamiest. I have Treasure Gold that I get from paper, is it Paper Artsy in the UK? Hey, Amalia. Yeah, these Treasure Gold ones. Oh, these are nice. And I've used a couple of the colors, the white gold, and I have a bunch of those colors. But they have a really strong smell, but they're good. But they feel like a couple of them are shaking loose in that glass jar. So I think they've probably been hardened. And this Inca Gold Metallic Rub, I have these. They get dried out. You got to put a baby wipe in them. I got one of these, try the Nuvo. And it wasn't very pigmented. So these don't have that problem. Yeah, they do go moldy. I read where you're supposed to take a baby wipe and put a moist baby wipe under the lid, and that kept them a little more moist, not cracked and dried up. But you shouldn't have to do that. And these are permanent when they're dry, aren't they, Z? So, uh-oh. Ooh, that's pretty. Is that the mint green? Mint Sparkle. Oh, Sparkle. That's my middle name. Patti Sparkle Parrish. And they are permanent. Great. Some of these look like they're a color shift. Like when I put this on the black, I'm seeing some gold pop there. Oh, thanks, Gayla, for the link. I know I'm running out of fingers. I'm going to have to switch and try to go lefty. Oh, wow. Look at that. I don't know what she puts in there for scents, but it's really pleasant to smell. The other ones smell very, God, almost like petroleum products, gasoline, or, I mean, really strong. That looks like a color shift in there, too. I love me a color shift. Ding, there it goes. All right. Oh, yeah, this must be Peacock. Talk to Mama. Oh, Zandra. Oh. Oops, I got a clump right there. I didn't make it to the paper. This is awkward using my left ring finger. Ugh. Oh, my. Oh, yeah. That's my color right there. Love me some Peacock. You knew it. Peacock and the violet. And the rose gold. All of them are really pretty, though. But, yeah, there is some color shift in there. Look at that mint, how it went. You can see the gold in that. Oh, lover. Oh, my goodness. They're beauty-muss. Okay. Let me... Well, I'm going to let those cool a minute. Now that I have this, I'm going to see if I can get some of this on here. Let's do her. Hang on. Bye. Take care. Glad you could join us. I've never done these on metal, so I'm not sure how these will grab. Really light touch. This is a piece, and it's real curvy, so it's kind of awkward. And this is on a really dark metal. Oops. Bye, Sheila. Thanks for joining. Hope to see you again sometime. Let's see. Let's put some red hair on her. I have big fingers, so this is also a challenge. On such a small little piece. Oops. I got it on more than her hair. Well, her hair just looks longer than it is. I'll let that sit for a minute and then that'll be permanent on there. I didn't do a very good job because my fingers with her hair, but it's really pretty. It's showing up on that dark metal, which I wasn't sure that it would, and it does. So there. All right, let me get these tiles and finish those up, and then go have some dinner with my husband. Hot stuff coming through. Oh, Lordy. All right. They're too hot to touch right now for a minute. So hang on. I started to tell you guys about the kids at the beach. Oh, they're back home. Look at that little boo-boo's face. Ah, how stinking cute are you? Linen shirt. Aunt Pappy got him that, and Uncle Dave. Let's see. There's Chelsea holding both the babies on the beach. Here they all are in the lifeguard stand. Chelsea and her brother Zach, when they were little, Janine and Skip used to. Hey, Joan, I think you're up. I think so. When Chelsea and her brother Zach were little, Janine and Skip used to put them in the lifeguard chair every year. They went to the beach, so they have one every year. So that's what Chelsea's doing with her kids. Look at the little goobers. And my babies. He is so cute. Owen is so cute with the baby. Let me see where she had those pictures. She was trying to take pictures of the two of them on a beach blanket. And she said she couldn't get him to look up because he kept wanting to kiss her. There's just one after the other at the top of his head. Yeah, not sure about that one. Oh, look. Chelsea with her babies. God bless them. There's the little one. She was born May 13th. She's just a month and a half old. So they're back home now. Oh, and love the beach, though. Oh, my gosh. She got this little, I don't know if it was specially for the beach or if they just had like a piece of a tarp, but they brought they brought it down there and they dug a hole near their blankets and then laid this tarp in it and then carried buckets of ocean water up and made Owen a little pool to play in right there. He was just all over that thing. All right, let's see. All right, I think these are okay. I can do this without completely torching myself here. Now that they're cooked, you have to you couldn't boot them, Z? Oh, you could just retract this. That's weird, isn't it? I found that out too. When I got that first one, I couldn't block him. I had to remove his comment. I always say him like it's a man. It could be a crazy woman. We got a couple of those around. Present company excluded. Yeah, that's all I can do. Isn't that weird? I'm going to have to look into that. Okay, so I'm going to open a couple of these. Which ones do you think I'm going to open? Now, I've never used these on tile before, so we shall see. I'm looking for one that's got a pretty good raised design on it, right? So I'm going to smear that around a little bit so I don't have any hunks. It's so soft. I just want a little film on my finger. Let's see what happens. Oh, hello, lover. See how that picks up the high bits of the tile? And now I'm going to mix it with a little peacock. Because why wouldn't you? I mean, honestly. Oh, man. Oh, oh. Hello, lover. Look at you. It goes on very neat. It's so thin and creamy. You don't, when I blot it off in the lid like that, so I just have a film on my finger. Right? Some of those other ones are cakey and they break apart. It just doesn't work that well. So let's try. I only have so many fingers here, and I'm trying to get these done 7 o'clock. That's 2 hours. Mama getting hungry. I've been doing Weight Watchers, and even though you got so many 0 point foods, nothing seems to be filling me up, and I'm never usually hungry when I'm not doing it. Okay, are you in focus? I'm going to go light with this down here. I'm going to bring in some of the, oops, got the mint on my purple finger. I think you are, Gayla. Don't forget, you can tell Z she's going to bring them to Maryland if you want to order them, and then she can bring them there. Then you don't have to worry about packing and shipping and all that kind of stuff. Looky there. These are nice, These are really nice. I'm anxious to do this one. This was the bottom with all those. They're really deep. And there were those figures from the Egyptian thing. See, now a lot of this design is recessed, so it's only going to hit the high points. So it won't be as visible. I got to tap some of that off of there. This lid's moving around. I have to remember that next time I set up to do this. Pick some more of that up there. And then I'm going to go back to a little peacock. Mix that in there. All right. So let's try this little one here is kind of cool. Let's put a different, let's get some rose gold. You know what? Let's try rose gold and, oh, you know what? I threw out my rose gold insert because I didn't know that when I had these. Try the wax over one of the silver tiles that didn't excite you. Try the wax. How about if they all excited me? Oh, let's see. This one's big enough. What color would you like to see, CB? Oh, when they dry, you buff them to polish. Oh, cool. Peacock, of course you do. All right, this is on one of the tiles, white clay. I laid silver leaf over it and then pushed a stamp into it. And it's never going to focus, but that's okay. I'm used to it. This might not have been a good one to try this on. Doesn't have a lot of raised designs on that silver. It's catching it. I'm putting a few coats on it because it's like the silver slippery and it's not porous, that it's grabbing a hold of it like the dry clay does. See, it's so flat in the middle. See where, like right in here, in front of my finger there, that row, it kind of touched. Come on. Why won't you focus? Oh, you're a pain in the buttski. You can see it a little bit. Yeah, no, it's not. And I think it just feels like it's too slippery on there. Let's try some rose gold. You can see that color shift where it looks kind of bronze this way. And then you see the pinkier bits of the rose gold that way. See that color shift going on there, it looks like. Let's try this one. This should be a good one. Oh, this one maybe. Why don't we do both? I'm going to do one with this orangey. What is that called? Firebird. Firebird. Lord, I'm running out of fingers again. I like to rub it in circles because sometimes there's texture on these bits that when you brush it in one direction, you don't hit the whole raised leaf necessarily. But if you rub it in circles, then you'll be sure to catch it all. Yeah, this is a quick, you can make quick work of this. Oops. They're sticking together there. I want to use the denim. Huh. I'm going to go down the middle with the denim. Does she have a silver, Z? Do you know? I'm going to go back to this mint. I bet if you had like a silver and a gold would be really pretty in this. Especially for the darker stuff. I mean, this is showing on here, but the denim, the darker color on the black. Silver, white, gold, and gold. You can bring those to Maryland for me. Now that's it mixed with mint. I'm going to go back and grab more denim. I kind of lost that. Put too much of that on there. Yep. Groovy. Let me try one of these with the pink. Ay, ay, ay. Here you go. Cool. All right, I'm going to play with these and finish these up another day. Mama's getting a little tired. Can't hang like I used to, I'm telling you. I'm better than I was, but whew. Basement smells good now. Haven't tried a lot of Finnabar stuff, but I will say the stuff, there you go, Joan or Xander or Gayla. All right. Got him, Z. My cough is way better. You remember hearing that on the phone back when I was supposed to go to Canada with you and Kathy to see CCC. And I could not fly. Could barely breathe. Here these are. This is just on black bond paper. This is copy paper. Yeah, Chris. Yep, I was knocked down there pretty good. Got to tell you. But so when these are cooked, I want to mention you don't want to go back and try to use the primary elements now. They will not stick to it. It's like trying to put it on here and expect it to stick. It's dried and it's still porous, but it's not, doesn't have the tackiness of the wet stuff. You have to put these on when it's raw clay, so they stick. And then when you seal them, you got to be real ginger, because you can take the brush with the sealer on it and wipe some of that off. So as I switch tiles, I'll take my brush and dab it off on a scrap paper to clean it in case it picked up something turquoise and I'm going to move to something yellow or whatever, to try not to blend them all up. So, okay, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thanks again. Here's what we did in the last 2 days. This, and this. It's not a bad haul for a few hours. Oh, let me pull out. Can't really see that. There you go. All right. So, I don't know what my schedule is this week. I hear Wednesday might be a good time to stream in the afternoon. I'm not sure what's going on yet. But I really appreciate you guys joining me and hanging in there and having some laughs. And I'll let you know when I'm going to be able to come back on. Take care. It's going to take me a minute to sign off to get over here, my other window. And there we go. Bye-bye.